All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Off Duty Opinions podcast, where real conversations meet unfiltered opinions. I'm your host, Anthony. We got a very special guest in the house, and I'm gonna wait to introduce him, but I want to shout out my co-host JJ, the curator of chaos. What's up, my man?
Oh, good, man. Just came back from my trip, so I'm
I
happy
saw
to be
that.
home, get back in my routine.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
where were you
yes,
at?
sir. I was in Joshua Tree, California.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good,
beautiful, beautiful.
Bro,
out
at
there.
some point I saw on your Instagram, bro, you were smoking a cigarette sitting in the hot tub.
It was one of those things, man. Yeah, just happened.
I wasn't sure what was going on.
I was drinking because I don't smoke, bro. When I go on vacation though, and I'm drinking, yeah, I might smoke a little bit. Like when I was in Vegas, bro, I was playing craps a couple months ago. I'm seeing everybody with cigarettes and everything. Looks like a movie scene. I'm like, you know what? Let me go get me some smokes, bro. So I got some smokes. And so yeah, when I go on vacation, man, I like to have a couple cigarettes.
I got some smokes.
But you don't bring it back home. That's the big thing.
Is that
they're
right?
they're all done before that you get your suitcase packed.
So
you're not bringing that shit home, bro.
You're
That's
a different man on vacation?
A little bit. A little bit.
Good. All right, man. My other co-host here, the only guy I know with a bald head and a bald face. You got to watch out for this guy. Keep him from your kids. Keep him from your family members. My man, Freaky Ty, what up?
Hey, man, the One Punch Man.
The One Punch Man?
Yes, the Mr. Clean.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Clean.
What's up with that, man? I know the bald head with no facial hair.
It's more hygienic.
Is that what it is?
And then plus your head looks like a third breast. So I think women like it.
Look, man, I'll tell you this, man. I don't trust dudes with no facial hair, man. It's like driving a car with no tinted windows.
Hey.
Like you ain't got nothing to hide.
Nope.
I don't know, bro.
That means I'm an honest man.
You're an honest man.
Honest, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No
All
one
right.
believes that.
Okay.
Let's get into it, guys. We got my boy here, Josiah. Before I say his last name, I want to give you guys some lore real quick,
Okay.
right? So Josiah, you probably don't even know this. You guys don't know this.
Yeah.
Me and him, we're related.
Really?
Yeah, so listen, bro. My wife, her maiden name, spelled the same way.
Okay.
So how do you pronounce your last name?
Harrell.
My wife, it's Harrell.
Harrell.
So I'm about to give y'all some lore, all right? So
She's French. Oh, no, it's not. Okay.
way back in the day, right? 30, 40, 50 years ago, right? There was a family reunion. And they had an argument over how you pronounce the last name. My wife, her last name was Harrell. He pronounces it Harrell.
Mhm.
There was a big debate. There was a big disagreement. There was a food fight, all types of shit, right? And so one family went one way, pronouncing it Harrell. One family went another way, pronouncing it Harrell.
Mhm.
And that's how we're here today.
I think
But we're
that's-
related.
I think that's how it should start. I think that's how things should be, man. Like, look, all right, cool. I want to pronounce it this way. You keep it that way. Forget it. Like, this is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So,
Y'all
stuff,
believe
man.
me? Y'all believe me?
No, I don't believe.
no.
you.
Oh, okay. I
Not
didn't know
at
if I
all.
was too convincing.
We already knew better.
Oh, you knew it
Yeah.
was bullshit?
We
Okay.
knew better.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't believe you at all. man.
Okay,
We don't
okay.
believe you at all. Good, man. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Appreciate you.
So good to
Appreciate
meet you, man. So I know we've been kind of like entertaining, having guests on here for a minute, man, and we definitely appreciate you for coming out, man. How'd you find the place? Good. The drive was good coming up.
Just chilling. I didn't pay attention most of the time,
Yeah.
either on my phone or eating.
Yeah.
Cruising.
Oh,
Yeah. The only time you really pay attention to anything, you pass a straight trooper, you're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I get in trouble for some reason? And then they don't turn and you're good.
I tell you, man, those great cars, man. I'll be nervous around them.
Yeah,
man.
even as the police, bro, when we see those, it's like, oh, fuck no, dude.
Yeah, bro. Because what happens is, man, like most like city cops, townships, they kind of show you love. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like obviously, you know what this job is, kind of situation. Like you'll get a little love, you know, from them, man. But man, them troopers, bro, they get you. You going 5 over,
The
they hit you with
Terminator.
that knife hand, and
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? they'll get you going, man.
Yeah.
Josiah, where you from, bro?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio, born and raised.
For those who don't know you, obviously this is my first time meeting you. Tell us. Obviously, you're from Columbus. Where'd you grow up at? How'd you grow up? Kind of talk about that. How'd you get into fighting?
Yeah, so it was not that it was weird, but we went from Hilliard to Canal Winchester, and then eventually from 5th grade to high school, or now we're into Padalasca is what we call it, Pataskla.
Mhm.
But I lived a lot with my cousins, so they were out on Hiawatha. So
Okay.
we were just chilling. You walk by, like, that's a nice bike. It's better than mine. We
Yeah.
switch it out, and you fight all the time. You just get to a point where like somebody doesn't like you. That's easy. Fight it out, and then you guys can talk about whatever.
Right.
Or you fucking hate each other for the rest of your life, and it's on the spot every single time you guys see each other. Those are the two ways you can go about it. But yeah,
So
so
you grew up fighting.
yeah, and I'm hard headed. I've never liked to listen, so it's just inherently all I like to do is scrap. Apparently,
Good,
What'd your
man.
parents think about it when you wanted to make like a career out of it? Did they see how good you were and they were like, "Hell yeah, dude," or what?
it wouldn't matter what they say.
I love it.
No, I mean I love him. I do. My stepdad, he's one of the best dudes I know.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I really do not like to be told what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, even whenever I'm like training and Matt's like, "Hey, dude, you gotta lift your knee up higher or get your hands up." The first response I want to give is always just atrocious. It is. And I have to like sit back like he's doing this because he loves you. He's telling you this because he cares about you. I have to like go through a whole process because it's just inner rage, and I'm like whatever. But no, I didn't. They wouldn't let me fight, so I wasn't allowed to train really. So I wasn't able to fight until I left the house.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So late bloomer.
Good. Wait, and then what age was that?
I started fighting at 20.
20.
Really? Okay.
Good stuff. How was that first? I guess that first competition, or even just like the taking training serious. Was it like a big shock? Like you didn't think that these fighters train this hard, or it was like kind of like natural God given talent that you just kind of walked right in and were good.
Oh, I really never believed in myself. So like whenever you're trained, I'm hard headed.
Mhm.
So it's like I didn't really need to like believe I needed to win. It was more of I enjoyed training. I was always good at wrestling, and then this was something I was always interested in. And at the time, it's kind of like my back was against the wall. Like I'm like, okay, I don't know what else to do. I don't know exactly what I want to do in school. Football was ended at that time. I'm like, I really don't know what to do.
What
My
position you play?
I played every position on defense, and then I played fullback, running back on offense.
Huh.
So yeah, I was just kind of like mentally stuck, and I'm like, this is the only place I can do it, and it's better than me sitting here and boo-hooing about whatever.
Yeah.
And we
Right.
kind of just took a shot. But I remember my first fight, I was so nervous that I was pretty much just pissing my pants. I'm like, all right, so fuck, what are we gonna do?
All right.
Fighting this manager spawn, and I don't know what I trained stand up. Obviously, I think we trained for about 6 months before I got into fighting. But he was a D1 wrestler, and I was a high school wrestler. So I'm like, okay, the likelihood of me being
That's
able
a big
to,
difference.
yeah, me being able to out wrestle him was very low. And I'm trying to talk myself into it. So it's like it looks like we're gonna have to use 6 months of stand up to try to do well. But he's been training for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, you know what you wanted to do. This is what we're trying. We're not here to try to pad our record or do whatever we want. So we go out, and as an AMI fight is probably one of the best AMI. Like we end up going to a split decision,
Okay.
or as in like it was a tie.
Yeah.
But yeah, as an AMI, he ended up going undefeated after that. I ended up going undefeated after that. But yeah, no, it was 3-round, probably an ugly war, but
Yeah.
the most
For your
untechnical.
first
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the most untechnical war you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just two buffoons going at it, not knowing how to throw technique at all. Just
Hell yeah. Was it with Ohio Combat League or different federation?
no, it was with Sheely's Iron Tiger.
Okay.
Yeah, I almost couldn't think about that. Yeah, but they were they end up having to end up stopping doing the Iron Tiger series after 2020 when the pandemic and everything started
Okay.
happening.
So cool. So you're fighting in this like this circuit, kind of making some noise. I guess within that amateur round, what was like probably like your hardest fight?
It was definitely my first fight was
First
hard.
one?
Yeah.
Probably because you were nervous, or it was like legit, like just technique and all.
No,
that
he was
stuff?
good. Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, especially as an AMI. But I mean, after that, so technically he wasn't the hardest fight on paper because I ended up fighting the number 1 or 2 guy out of Nevada, number 1 or 2 guy out of Arkansas, and these are like people that are 11-0 and 7-0 coming
Mhm.
over and getting them over as an AMI. But yeah,
Hell
on
yeah.
paper, technically, he wasn't my hardest fight. But the other people just end up giving up after you give them a hard time. We were just scrapping.
Damn. So your style is more like BJJ, or I guess it's mixed, but like what do you're more
What's your
proficient?
base? Yeah.
Base is wrestling.
Okay.
but I think I'm better at jujitsu. Like I'm better at if we're just to mainly wrestle,
Mhm.
I could do well. But I think the threats and the ability to be placed on my back and then also being able to stand up, that allows me to be a little bit more of a threat compared to, okay, he's hit his butt. That's the 3 for the takedown. He's going to stand up, get his 1. And then
Mhm.
if you're willing to take him down again, now it's 6-2. It's like the stand up, you can't really get people tired because they could just cut you. And jiu-jitsu, if they try to cut you, now you have entries to the legs, you have entries to different attacks, and then now you can go for your sweeps. It's like it
Right.
doesn't end there, and you can use momentum or you can threaten different things. There's enough for me to threaten, or there's enough options to go around that it is easier to go from one thing to another compared to wrestling, where it's kind of not that it's simple, but you have one job: get the guy on his back or take him down.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I like watching about you so much is that it seems like all the fights I've seen of yours, you always find a way to get the job done. Like no matter what's going on in the fight, you always find a way to solve the puzzle, and that's just so fascinating to me.
Yeah, pretty much retarded is what it is. Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Just knuckle dragon, bro.
If you're hard headed enough, you'll figure it out.
I want you to take us through your viral moment, right? It was on ESPN and everything. Everybody was talking about it. When you spear that guy through the Octagon cage, the door, bro, that's insane. What's going through your mind? Take me through you setting it up to doing it into the aftermath of everything.
Yeah, so it's like in the beginning of the first round, it was actually pretty close in the first round. But I was trying to figure out where I could land my kick. So I was setting up the whole time the first round. The beginning of the second round, I landed that kick. And it was right when Kamaru Usman got knocked out by Leon.
Yeah.
He threw the 1, he threw the 2, making hit just right past the head, so the guy slipped. It's exactly kind of how I set it up. And then he slipped off, hit him in the head, didn't really get his hands up all the way. Beginning of the third round starts, his coach is going, hey, beware of the Leon Edwards head kick. Beware of the Leon Edwards head kick. So I point at the coach and I go, I'm going to do it again. So as I do that, we kind of move towards the cage and I throw my jab and I just turn my hip, whether it was faking my 2 or the kick, and I shoot that double. And he's lined up with the cage and I'm going through the cage. And I was expecting some resistance just because, you're hitting the cage. And when I didn't, I stopped and I'm looking at him. He's falling into his dad's lap. And I stopped myself. So I didn't hit my knees or nothing. I kind of landed on him. I get up. As I'm walking past the ref, he goes, we're going viral.
No, the referee said we're going viral. Holy shit.
So then I get into the cage, and then as soon as I get into the cage, I couldn't help it. My corner's going crazy. I just, woo!
Yeah.
And all the adrenaline's coming. And then I started having different thoughts. I'm like, never been through the cage before. Is this fight over? So then now I'm worried.
Right.
So I look over at him, and so now I turn back around, and I'm like, hey, are you okay? Are you good? He goes, yeah, I'm good. I go, golden. Ref's like, do you want to start on the cage? I go, no, I don't want to start on the cage. Let's just start normal. He goes, you good? And then Robertson, the guy was fighting, said he's good. And then from there, we just resets it, and then we go back at it. And eventually I finish him about 2 minutes after that.
Hell yeah.
Bro, I've never seen that before.
You've never seen it?
Never seen it.
You're
bro.
going to watch it for the first time
First
right
time
now.
right now, bro. Let's take a look.
In and out of the cage.
Oh, snaps. Did the cage break? Like, what happened?
So there's like a 2-lock mechanism a lot of times. So it's usually spring fed. That was gravity fed. So it turned and then it dropped. I hit it so hard that it popped up and then somehow was able to twist. I hit it hard enough to where it shook up and then it twisted and it fell off of not the hinge, but it was basically able to unlock itself.
And you said he fell into his dad's lap.
Yeah, it was one of his coaches.
Damn,
That's insane.
that's humbling, bro.
Damn.
That's
humbling.
wild, right?
That's right through the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. So you had that moment. You had some fights. I went to quite a few of your fights at OCL, and then you get your call, right, to fight JDM. So can you kind of take us through that as well, with what you're diagnosed with and everything like that, with the UFC doctors and how that makes you feel?
Mm-hmm. Well, the last question, I don't really know how it makes you feel. I don't think any man gets to really go like, yeah, okay, I feel this way today, so let's go about it. You
Mhm.
just understand it, you process it, and then you're like, that shit don't matter realistically.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it happened, it did take a while for me to process anything, but all I did is just kind of make a joke about it. So if we're going all the way back into kind of like fight week, or even if you wanted to go with the JDM call, like before I got that call.
Yeah.
So tell us about this. So where were you fighting at before? Then you got the call to move up to the UFC.
So I just got done with LFA, and I was about a week out of LFA, 2 weeks out of LFA, and I was eating so much ice cream. I was that fight was at 160, and so I was really light, and then I bumped up to about 208, just eating.
Shit.
Damn,
That's
dude.
a lot. How tall are you?
5'7".
That's heavy for
Yeah,
5'7".
I built like a refrigerator.
Damn.
Yeah.
And how quickly did you do that?
It's probably about a week and a half. Yeah, if I eat ice cream, it's over.
A weekend. You
Hold
went
on.
from one. Oh, this is not
Yeah.
sounding. You
No,
went
dude, with
from-
weight cuts, it be like that
But you went
sometimes.
from 160 to
Mhm.
207 in a week and a half, or something like more or less.
About a week
Bro,
and
that's
a half.
impossible, bro. Like how you do like what'd you eat? Like just other than ice cream, but like just how do you do
Well,
that and be
you're,
healthy?
you're putting your body into a state to where it's willing to hold on to everything. So like, especially if you do any sort of difficult cut, you are taking water away from it. You're taking food away from it. You're basically not giving it the calories it needs. So it's going to go into this like starvation state. So then like that last, if you don't know how to cut correctly, that last couple days, if it's not correct, like your body's going to go like, no, we're not losing any more weight. Like it slowly gets to a point where it just refuses to produce sweat. It refuses to just give you everything it needs to do it, because like we're gonna die is pretty much it goes. So after you get into that starvation state, anything you put in your body, your body's gonna hold on to. And then if it has a trouble processing it, and that's where the things come in, it's gonna stay in a little longer. So like the more processed foods, those things are gonna sit into your body. So like if you're cutting like this time when I cut to 55, the likelihood of me shitting for a week is not gonna happen.
Right.
Mm.
So hold on. So you went from 160, 170 to 208, or opposite? You went from 208 down.
No. He went from 160 to 208. My question to you
and then
is
back to 70.
how much? So you were already 160 because you were competing. How much were you before 160?
Probably about 94. Like when I eat decent, I'll stay about low 90s.
So you're
Mm.
kind of that's heavy for that weight, man. Especially to be. Are you just naturally
I'm thick.
okay? I
Yeah.
think somebody said that your nickname was a muscle hamster.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm kind of seeing why, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I got a wagon on me, and it doesn't go away. So yeah, I got to try to run it off. But yeah, no. As soon as you get to that point, and you're going from not giving your body to anything, everything you put in your body, whether it's water, whether it's ice cream, food, like your body's gonna absorb it, as in like for nutrition. But you're not. It's not getting rid of it.
How long does that process take for you to get that low, or to just pretty much starve yourself? It sounds like.
Mhm.
What are you eating? Drywall, or what's the?
Oh, that would not be good. It just depends. Like a lot of times, it's dependent on the person. Some people do well with a lot of carbs. Some people do better with more fats. For me, protein seems to be the one that like keeps my like the urges of eating
Mhm.
away from it. So it's just higher protein, some fats, some carbs, and then the more cardio I'm doing, the more carbs I'll eat. But it's more about just trying to get as much fat as you can off your body before you start that cut.
Okay.
And then like this next time, like when I go to 55, I have to lose probably about 5 pounds of muscle-ish. So the goal would just be to start that cut around 85 if I can.
Okay.
And then everything else is going to be water and just leaning out as much as possible.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
In your professional opinion, what do you think is more effective? Because after I've seen like local wrestling, but seeing those Russians and what they do,
Mhm.
it's like, man, this is a serious like martial art, man.
Mhm.
So what do you think is more effective in combat if you had to choose? Everything's equal: 6'2", 200, jiu-jitsu black belt, badass Russian wrestler.
Mhm.
Fight to the death. What do you think is more
I
effective?
mean, it'd be the same premise of like what gun's more effective. I mean, it's going to be like how you use it, what you like.
Mhm.
So it's not so much so as in like one martial art's better than another, because I mean you can go that way.
Mhm.
It's more of what's this personality like, how do they work with what they have, and then depending on what you do with each martial art, does it mix well with the person you are?
Okay.
Because if you're a pussy, that's fine. You have to know that you're a pussy, and you have to have a martial art and a fighting style that matches that. It's not going to be a thing where you get to fight like Matt Brown if you're a pussy,
Right.
Yeah.
because it's just inherently it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So the martial art matters, but not really. It's more about the personality and the intent behind that, and then building a fighting style that matches you.
Okay.
Because you can't act like you're someone else.
It's like a tailored suit or something. You
Yes.
gotta- okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, because you cannot act like somebody else. You can't fight like somebody else.
Yeah.
So like even when these like you go to a big gym and these guys are trying to make you fight like them, like I think it's stupid. I'm like, the last thing anybody wants to do is make a second version of them, because it's just going to be that much worse.
Mhm.
Like no matter what, you can't make a George St. Pierre again.
Yeah.
And not only because of the times, as in people are improving and they get to see how he set up everything, and they have all this information of how to stop that, but also because he built that and he had a team and he's trust that process. It wasn't a process where you get to quickly go to it like this technique works, this technique works, this technique works, so now we can put it together. It goes, no, I've spent years trying to figure out this, and then now I'm building a style that goes around this in a way to where it works for me, compared to like trying to copy and paste things.
You ever been tried like outside of like on
No.
the street, like a little street fight?
They see those fucking ears, dude.
Yeah,
They're
like,
like, nah.
No, I got a personality where I'm like, they're like, you're such a pussy. I'm like, I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm on your side. Like I don't know what to tell you. They're like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we're on the same page. We're on the same page.
I always find out, man, dudes that can like legit fight, you know, like people, we don't want to fight. You know what I mean? Like we don't want to have any type of confrontation because like we know the capabilities of what could happen. But yeah, man, you never been like a bar fight, even just as a professional, and just like
That's not worth it.
Right.
have y'all seen that one? It's a streamer. I think he was a UFC dude. He elbowed this one streamer. You guys ever seen that?
That's not enough for me. What? I don't know what you're talking
mean,
about.
I don't know.
Guess who?
Yeah, maybe I'll pull it up. Larry Wills slapped him.
Oh, I saw that.
that's-
Because he was like disrespecting his wife or something like that. Yeah.
Dean the Great.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
who- yeah. Man,
Yeah, he's like streaming with like AB, Adrian Broner.
Mhm.
Yeah, so another UFC dude, he was drinking.
He's a boxer. Dean the Great.
Yeah, he's a boxer.
Yeah.
He's a boxer. Yeah, so he was talking to another UFC dude, just disrespecting him pretty much, and the dude like he was drinking, dropped his drink and like
Oh, he laid him
elbowed
out.
him.
Yeah,
laid
it was
him
nasty.
out,
It was
man.
nasty.
Yeah, so none of that ever happened to you.
No, I mean, I'm aware of most things, but a lot of people, the reason why they're fighting is either to prove something about themselves, whether it's insecurity, ego, or the other person's certain problems.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, if you just understand, like, all right, dude, like, what's up? Even if it's just like I treat everybody with respect.
Yeah.
Whether you can't read or whether you're you got doctrine on doctrine and whatever you have information wise, it's like it doesn't really matter to me. I'm gonna treat you the same, which has its caveats, because if you are special needs, the likelihood of me saying something that's not funny to you, or at least everybody else around, because sometimes you don't know,
Yeah.
is high. But also the same thing is like if you're a billionaire, and the likelihood of me saying something that's also not very funny to you, and if I can poke or jab, I will. But
That's true equality to me.
yeah, that's
Well, you
how I
gotta-
think of it.
You got to watch out for fighting dudes with special needs.
Oh, they're strong.
Oh, dude.
Well, and this is the thing.
What is it about that, bro? Let's just talk. Let's dive into that.
I don't know.
The
JJ, tell us.
I just start seeing red, bro.
No, like I've seen like these. I've seen some strong dudes, man. Like you gotta don't give them your back, bro. Because I'm telling you, like these dudes will tear you up. Have you ever fought somebody with special needs?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You have?
16 Bs, are you kidding me?
No.
Mentally ill people, stuff like that. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I guess. Well, but I mean, like even like just like in high
On the
school,
street?
On the
No,
street,
No.
you gotta watch out, man.
How disrespectful you gotta be?
Yeah.
Just I'm looking for him.
Yeah.
I'm looking for him.
Well, listen, Ty said he wants to try you today, so let's.
Man, I don't wanna
On the
get checked
table?
out, man.
Good stuff. All right, what we headed?
Okay. So, we had the JDM thing, right? The brain surgery and all that. So let's go to a few months ago. All right. So you're there, bro. You got the photo shoot done, the promo, you're signing autographs and everything like that. You're standing at the tunnel about to walk out. What's going through Josiah's mind at that time? You're about to walk out, make your debut. All this stuff that's happened, dude. What's going through your mind?
Is this before the medical thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, this is
This
after.
after,
Sorry.
yeah.
This is after.
this after.
Yeah,
Can walk through bro, a little bit into that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
the medicals.
Yeah.
And I can just answer everything at once, but I'll start with so whenever we are going through the JDM stuff, so we still have fight week. So I still went through all the medias, I still did all the signings, I
Yeah,
still
I
did
remember that.
everything that you can do to prepare for this. The only thing is when it came to after making weight, they had a problem with one of our scans, excuse me. And we go back in there, have another scan, and about 45 minutes after that, they just let us know. Via my manager told me at the time. He goes, "Hey, dude, you have a brain disease." I go, "Mom always knew I was special."
Bro.
'Cause-
He's one of the guys we were talking about.
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You gotta watch out for him, dog.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
I definitely got something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Either way, yeah. And he's like, "No, dude, we're serious." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, okay." So I really didn't know what to say to that other than just making a joke about it.
So
Really,
you were fighting in this local circuit.
Mhm.
You get a call up from the UFC,
Mhm.
like a legit phone call, or
Mhm.
how did that happen?
it usually goes through managers or coaches if you have a coach that's connected to the UFC. But in this case, it was my manager at the time. But yeah, so this is at this point now we're already at fight week. We're already in and going through the medicals and trying to make weight and doing all this. And then right after we've made weight, so we did everything on our side. They pretty much just let us know like the fight's off. And at first I thought it was something on his side.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, is everything all right? And then they let us know, and everybody's so serious and they're walking around, they have like their heads down. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, you feel bad for me now? Because that's where I go.
Yeah.
I get irritated. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, don't feel bad for me. It's what else is there gonna do? It's like if I'm dying, then fine. But you said I'm not. It's curable. All right, well then grow up. And so it's just we've been living through it with this long. Why does it matter? And then I was diagnosed with moya, which is a brain disease that limits, depending on what side of the head it's on, it limits the blood flow to the base of the brain. So basically, like you're towards your carotid. And I have mine on my right side. So this is slowly like building up to the point where like I get very limited flow on this side. So like if you start to do this side, it's literally like almost choking me already. Compared to like this side, I can have like a normal conversation because it's already cut
That's
off.
insane.
But I still have the blood flow now.
Yeah.
So basically all they did is they split my head open. They filleted me open. They took about a quarter piece out of my skull. They took a vein from my forehead, drilled a hole into my skull, and then they attached 2 other veins or arteries. So now I'm getting blood flow here. Now I'm getting blood flow here. They put the skull back on, and then they put the plate. I have a metal plate, titanium plate in my head, and they suture me back up. So then now instead of me having to worry about like this side closing up and then starting seizures or strokes because of the lack of blood flow to the brain, even if it's like for a moment, like if it goes and then you get like less blood flow than you're normally used to, you're susceptible to a lot of things.
Okay.
Did Dana White pay for that?
No, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
They left you hanging.
A lot of people do. So yeah, you end up getting that done, and then now you're just sitting in the hospital. It's a 9-hour surgery, and I don't know if you've been strapped down for 9 hours.
No.
Not fun.
Were you awake?
No, I
Oh,
would
I
not
was
be.
gonna- I was gonna
I would
say,
not
like-
be talking about it if I was awake. What is it, just big eyes, white rooms?
So how disappointed were you, or even if maybe you wasn't, but whether you having the medical condition or the fight, which one was more disappointing?
As in not having the fight or getting the medical condition.
Yeah, like you pretty much getting
Mhm.
bad news twice.
Yeah, I refuse to feel bad for myself. Well, especially if it's already happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm at a point where I'm like, all right, if I'm willing to go poor me, woe, it's me, who else is willing to do that? And then if I'm allowing myself to think so little of myself that I don't think I can get out of anything, now I'm not only a pussy, but now I don't believe in myself. It's like, especially when you don't have, like, I've never needed confidence. That's not how I kind of do it. Like I said, like from my first fight till my 5th pro fight, I'm not walking in there thinking I'm winning. It's not about winning. It's about testing myself. Even now, it's more about trying to figure out who I am as a man. Like if I'm going in there, it's not like, oh, I need to win. Let's do this. No, it's going, who am I? And the only way to do that is to kind of test yourself. So whether you're going for long runs, whether you're pushing yourself, whether you're defending your community, when it comes to it, like you're only gonna know who you are when things get real, and that's just true. So I hate to try to think of myself, especially when things get a little iffy. I hate to think of myself as, oh man, oh, why me? And it's like, no, it's shitty things already happened, and why do I got to make it shittier? And at this point, I'm not thinking less of myself. I refuse to. I've had people look down on me for pretty much my whole life, figuratively, literally, and that was a joke, literally. But it's.
I'm not gonna. I'm a little nervous, bro. I'm just
you're good.
Nah, you're good.
We didn't want to laugh and give
nobody
I'm not
pat
sure
me
what's
down.
going
Right.
But yeah, so it's just I just refuse to think of myself any less than I was begging them to let me fight. I was
like
"Dude,"
that night.
yeah, I was like, please just let me fight. They're like, dude, you could die. I go, I know you care about that, but I don't. You and I do have mental issues, but I'm just. I mean, that's just who I am. I've never really cared about myself. It's more of what can I do for other people, and then like what excites me. And
I
then
see you got the cross on your head. Is it? Are you obviously a man of faith?
yes.
Did you-
Oh, the Lord's the only reason why I'm not a psychopath.
Right. Did you really lean into your faith? Because generally, like during trying times in your life, man, I know for me, like you got to find that balance where when everything is good, bro. I feel like sometimes like we kind of like don't lean into our faith a little bit more because everything is good. You know what I mean? But at that time, you're getting this terrible news. I mean, you're walking paths towards your dream of being this ultimate fighter. You get this news about, hey, you got a brain disease that it could lead to death at some point. Did you lean into your faith a little bit more?
Yeah, it definitely made me closer to the Lord. But I think of the opposite end. I don't think that like if you're only good to God when things are going right, you might as well just not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, realistically, even if we like took God out of it, if you're only a good person when things go your way,
You're not really a good person.
you're not a good person at all.
Yeah.
Like who are you whenever you're hungry? Who are you whenever you're like, I don't know if what I'm gonna eat tomorrow? Who are you whenever you don't know if you're gonna pay your bills? When you got stress on top of stress on top of stress on your shoulder, who's that?
Yeah.
Because that's you. Okay, who are you when you don't have all these things you use to cope with? Okay,
Yeah, it's good, man.
that
is
is the person or the man of God that like that's who I end up trying to be, and then you end up realizing that like no matter what you're gonna make mistakes, and you start talking to yourself, and now it's just about debating, making sure that you don't get to a point where you're taking yourself out of the faith. You're like, no, God is good. He's good all the time, and just because I'm a sinner, and just because I'm not worthless, but constantly trying to do different things because of my flesh, does not make what He did for me any less special. But that's kind of where I go. It's like some people forget about God when things are good, which is iffy. No, if you only go to God when you need Him, that's also a thing. But who are you? What person are you when things aren't going right? And if you are leading towards God, good. But if you're only going towards God because things are good, or if you only believe in God because things are good, like you might as well just stop lying to yourself, because He knows. You can't lie. You literally cannot lie to God. So He knows, oh, okay, you got your bag of Doritos today. Thank God. All right. Well, good. Eat it. And then let's not act like you're not doing this for a reason. Like it's at that point, it's a transaction, and the Lord's never been like that. So
So you get the brain surgery, you get things going, you back training. Now you getting ready to step into the ring to fight for the first time. Is that where we're going?
Can I ask a couple questions going into this? So the first one about the surgery and stuff. Do you feel a difference before versus after having the operation physically?
I'm not in IEP anymore. So
Okay.
but also
fair.
I'm not in school.
Yeah.
So like whenever we were making the jokes, I was gonna say like I grew up with a lot of special needs, and for a long time I thought I was with them, like dyslexia, ADHD, and then obviously my brain disease did a lot of other things. But I'm cool with a lot of them. Like just in general, I'm like, no, these people are like they're smart as fuck. Like I'm not looking down on nobody. I've
Yeah.
seen some of my buddies go like, watch this, and they go and they know how to take advantage of whatever they have going on. I'm like, these motherfuckers are one of the happiest people
Right.
in the world. They know what's going on. They're smart. Why am I going to belittle them or look down on them
Right.
because of them being different than me? I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's dumb. I'd rather make fun of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people don't like that, and some people are like, oh, why would you do that? He doesn't know how to defend himself. It's like, I'm not beating him up. I'm just poking fun at him. You want
Yeah.
me to just act like that he can't take it? It's
Bro,
like,
I
no.
treat
Yeah.
I treat them normal, bro.
You
it's
got
like,
to.
people like
Exactly,
with
yep.
handicaps, bro. Like I park in their spots and all that, bro. Like, listen, this is the thing. This is why.
And
Bro,
I crip walk right past him.
they park in our spots too, man. So I'm like, bro? If we're going to a store or if it's a packed place and these handicap places, the parking spots are open, who is the handicapped person we're waiting on to get here?
He's
This
right.
is
He's
true.
right
This is
behind
very
you.
true.
Where are they at, bro?
Yeah, but you also take the veteran spots at Home Depot, which
I
is
do.
fucked
This is
up.
true.
Because I use those spots and I'll
steal
pull
a
up
little
there.
valor. I did it
I'll
yesterday.
see there's not the license plate. They don't got nothing on there.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I'm like, this is a fucking Prius, bro.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking vet. What are you doing in my spot, dude?
You will be amazed now when I'm diving into. They got these parking spots for expectant mothers. I'm not sure if you guys seen those before.
I never
I'm
heard
in there, bro. I'm all for equality, bro. We keep it equitable.
I'm in
all
there.
for equality, for sure.
That's
for sure.
funny.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the fire. Was that your last question?
My next question was post surgery. How long did it take you to trust yourself physically? Because that's a big operation. You know, you had a issue. You took care of it. Because most people that injure something, they hurt their wrist. It takes them some time. That's just a big deal on your mind. So I guess how long did it take you to trust yourself? Like my body, will it hold up or not?
Oh, yeah, and this is the main reason why I believe in the Lord. Like by the faith I do have today. You have so much anxiety, you have so many questions that like if you talk to yourself long enough, you can talk yourself out of a lot of things. That's why I refuse to feel bad for myself, because once you start going down any sort of negative pathway, like eventually you're going to talk yourself out of whatever opportunities you just got in that said situation. I'm there the first day. I have my nurse. I called him John. His name was not John, but I don't remember what his name was, but I kept calling him John. And he was there for the first 12 hours. And the next 12 hours, I believe her name was Wendy. And she hated me. I won't say she hated me, but I looked at her. I go, listen, you're either going to take all this stuff off of me or I am. And
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah.
But we're going on a walk. She goes, are you okay? And I go, yeah, I'm doing all right. She goes, are you doing okay? I go, I'm doing all right. She was freaking out the whole time. I go, you got a lot of anxiety, don't you? But the thing is I was the one freaking out in my head. I'm like, if I can't walk, if I can't move, then what is it? So it's like I don't do well sitting.
How long was your recovery?
I was at the hospital in 3 days, hiking, and then I hiked.
You went so after a 9-hour surgery,
Mhm.
you have a brain. Is a brain disease?
Yeah.
It's a brain disease. So they literally split your head open.
yeah.
Did that? It was a 3-day recovery, and you were hiking.
The next, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, you should have locked me up.
Didn't lock me up.
Yeah, the week. So I had to be in California for a week. So then, literally a week after my surgery, I'm hitting pads. I'm in the gym, and this is the thing. I'm going. If I'm gonna die, what's more heroic than dying working out? Like, who does that?
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Who
I love
pushes
it.
themselves that much?
Yeah.
So it's like I was so freaked out that I'm like, what's possible? Is this gonna happen? Like, if you ask yourself enough, you're gonna talk yourself out of it. So I'm just like, nope, it's just on you. Not really,
Yeah.
because I'm still being dumb. But it's like I'm gonna push myself, and I'm gonna do what I think I can do.
Mhm.
If I feel off, I'll stop. So then that's all I did is just try to push myself, do what I can do, and then try to progress in some way, whether it was getting in mental edge and watching film, or whether it was working out and hitting pads and making sure that I just try to improve in one way or another.
Man,
And
that's like having like that David Goggins mentality, man. Just
Yeah.
really pushing yourself, man, because that's insane, man. That's a good mental battle.
it's not. I had 2 seizures. Yeah, so I ended
You
up
had 2
having.
seizures, you said?
Yeah, I had 2 seizures because I was hard headed. And I'll tell you what. Whenever I got into the hospital, I was cool, but they were dickheads. And I could be saying that because they were giving me medication and I didn't want it. But afterwards, we ended up going to. So we were in near Circleville, somewhere out there, and then they had to drive us all the way up to I want to say somewhere in Columbus. So I don't know the hospital's names. Either way, we get there, they give us seizure medicine, and I'm like, okay, cool. When can I get this off? And they're like 9 months. I go, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So I end up leaning myself off of the medicine, which is a thing you shouldn't do.
That's
I didn't think
insane.
you
Yeah,
come off that
dude.
medication.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Never.
yeah, I don't think you're supposed to, but I'm like, for sure, I'm coming off of this.
Yeah,
For sure,
bro,
I'm
you
coming off.
hard headed, bro.
I am,
He's-
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
As
I'm
a
coming
little
off of this.
kid, you need your ass beat.
I got my ass beat.
I'ma be honest,
I
man.
got my ass beat.
You're-
Listen,
Oh,
Not now.
yeah.
Let's be clear.
I got gloves in the car. I do. Yeah, no, I got my ass beat a lot. And I'm grateful for it
Yeah.
because if I did not have discipline and I was as unhinged as I am,
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Fucking monster.
But yeah, no, I mean, after that though, it was good. So no problems after me leaning myself off. I was better. I didn't stay away. I wasn't on mats as much as I could have been, but I was running a bunch, walking a bunch, just trying to stay as healthy as possible. But yeah, no, it's me being hard-headed is the exact reason why I was in the hospital. To
Yeah.
kind of just allowed me to sit, and then even after that, even after my 2 surgeries, I think it was a week I took off,
Mhm.
and then we're back in there. So it's like
Yeah.
I've never taken anything longer than 2 weeks off of anything since I've started training.
Damn, dude.
Dude.
Okay. So this happens. This whole journey happens. Trials, tribulations, ups and downs. Okay, now we're at that moment
Mhm.
where you're about to make your debut and walk out. What's going through your mind now?
Yeah, I mean, you get to a point where you stare out, and that's all cool. It is definitely, it's one of a kind. You got people cheering and it all this, and I can remember verbatim is just you can't do anything. But for me, like the only thing I can think of is just being grateful because you
Yeah.
realize what you've been through. You realize how what it took to get here. And you have 2 options. You can go, okay, I'm doing this so I can win or lose and put an absurd amount of pressure on yourself, or you can go, okay, cool, let's see what we're made of. Who are we when things get real?
Mhm.
And the only thing you can really do is just enjoy the moment. Like you trying to make this picture perfect thing in your head, it just doesn't work. Like it's not a movie. So you kind of just understand that, hey, bad things can happen, good things can happen. That's not up to me.
Yeah.
Let's go out there and have fun. So I give all the pressure to the Lord, and that's a cheat in a way, but that's what he's here for. And then I
Mhm.
just start walking. People are asking, hey, can I get a high five? Absolutely, because it's not about me at this point. So anybody that's
love it.
ever had an issue or a problem or a thing where they're like, I don't think I can make it. I'm that person. I've never thought I can make it.
Yeah.
I was just hard-headed enough to try. So anybody that's like, hey, you literally high-fived everybody. I go, they asked. That's a little kid going, hey, dude, can you do this for me? And I can do that for them, and I'm not supposed to do it because it's my moment. That's dumb. So we get out there, still very calm, and then Bruce Buffer made me crack a smile. It's so
Oh,
hard
man.
not to cheese when you start hearing your name. You're like, what? You go back and you're just like, wow, for a long time you've wanted this to happen, and now it's happening. And then you lock back in, and then you end up getting to work. But yeah, no, it's very just a blessing is all it was.
Yeah, I got to go back real quick. So that week, I remember you signing autographs, doing posters, and meeting people and stuff like that. Sean Strickland, he was the headliner, right?
Mhm.
So did you get to interact with Sean Strickland at all, or what? How did that happen?
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times. Just walking around. Yeah, he's just straight face, doing what he want. Fluffy was cutting in my room, so we had different sections to cut in. But yeah, you'd see pretty much everybody walk around at at a certain point, but no, I didn't like go up to him or anything.
Okay, that's cool, man. Okay, so Bruce Buffer announces your name and everything like that. You're in the Octagon, and then the fight happens. Can you walk us through the fight? Because to me, dude, it looked like you were doing pretty fucking good, man. I was by myself in B-Dubs watching it because I was in Vegas at the time for the Ryan Garcia Barrios fight, and I walked over to B-Dubs to watch it by myself, and I was just like blown away, dude. I'm like, he's finally here. He finally made it. I'm looking at Josiah Harrell on my screen right now on the UFC. I see his name. It was insane. So the fight starts. Take us through it.
I mean, I got to a point where I'm like out in front and I'm waiting for him to show me something special, which is where I kind of like I stopped at now. But that even that fight, for as short as it was, it taught me so much. So I'm still waiting for him. Like, okay, cool. Show me what the level looks like. I'm just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, hit me in the chest, waiting. And we got to trade off a little bit. And then he took me down. I end up getting up from there from my octopus guard, and then we get up. And then again, I'm like, cool. And the way he typically works is a lot of pressure, doesn't really kick much. After that first takedown, he starts kicking. I'm like, fine, all right. The second takedown happens, he starts backing up. I'm like, all right, here we go. And it gets to a point where I'm like, I don't know how long you want to do this for. And we didn't really get to push anywhere or see that. But like immediately right after I go, let's have some fun in my head, or the ego starts coming out. I go for my takedown. I take him down. The side of my head hits. Boom. And immediately dazed, he gets on top. And I wake up, which is the wildest thing. So I am out and moving around. Like I'm moving around in the cage, I'm not present. Like mentally, I'm just not there. I was dreaming the whole time. I was like in this red and black room, and I was in a chair, and my like subconscious was screaming at me, "You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here." And the only time that's ever happened to me is whenever I jumped off of a cliff. I did a front flip. I was with one of my best friends at the time, and we were basically like, okay, who's gonna do a front flip off this cliff first? And I was like, definitely me, because I'm hard-headed.
Hard-headed. There it is.
Yeah. So then I end up rushing. I do a front flip, over rotate, belly smack. And yeah, so then now I have all the air taken out of my lungs. As soon as I reach the top, I breathe in, I pass out. I remember that moment specifically because it was the same dark room, same red, same ultra ego going, "You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here." That one, I end up finding a rock and was able to sit on it, unless I can swim without needing to work it. But I end up finding a rock, and eventually I wake up there and I'm looking up. I'm like, "Dude, I just passed out." And he goes, "Yeah, I was yelling at you. You weren't responding to me." I go, "You motherfucker." Yeah, it's like, that would be your best friend to just watch you die. It's like,
So you had that same feeling in
same room, not
Same
even
room.
feeling, same yelling, same everything. And when I come to, I'm already out of the cage, and I look to my right, and the little kid's going like this. No fucking way.
That's
Not
fucking
about a
crazy.
9-year-old, which is funny because you go walking in, you're trying to help these little kids out, and walking out, you're like, that's
Damn, bro.
the alternative.
That change-
Especially
yeah,
with
that
how
change up
many
when you
late
quit,
hits
bro.
there were, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And then immediately, I don't remember after that takedown. I don't remember anything, but immediately I'm like, okay, I got knocked out. And usually people are asking questions. I'm like, nope, I locked in. You can kind of see me wobble.
Yep.
I look to my right, seeing a kid go like that. Just kept walking.
Damn, bro.
Started stiff. I ain't tripping. I'm not doing nothing. As soon as I realized, basically, it's like, okay, cool. I don't know when I got knocked out. I don't know how I got knocked out. So I had to go back and watch it. But
It was one of the same kids you gave him a high.
no,
Oh,
so it was
okay,
it
okay.
was like entry,
Right.
and then the exit was on the other side.
That's crazy. Now you're training with the picture of a kid.
Yeah, it's just above my bed. I'm coming for you.
Dog.
I wonder if
Yeah.
there's some symbolism in that within your psyche, man, in your spirit. You already made it aware that you don't like being locked into places. You like to get up and move, but you keep going back to this room.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if there's some connection.
Oh, dude, I'm
between
probably
that.
a psychopath.
I think I'm gonna
It's
be honest,
probably
bro.
there.
I think he is, bro.
He's moving away.
I think he is.
I step out of here and I'm like, why is there so many cops? It's just arrested. This last podcast ever.
Yeah.
When you leave, we're just gonna let you walk out.
Yep. Yep.
There's gonna be nothing after that. So, who do you think? As a fighter, is overrated in the UFC?
Overrated is such a hard word. Because at the end of the day, you're questioning someone's manhood. You're questioning someone's like just who they are and how they are. Yeah. There's people I don't think that are that good. Like Patty's not very good. He's good with his jiu-jitsu and his ground game. I don't think one-dimensional fighters are very good. I think that you can't get into what we do anymore and be one-dimensional. You can't be a Khabib anymore.
Mhm.
You can't be a Wonder Boy anymore. You have to be able to open up. So it's not so much that these people are overrated. It's that they're so caught in what they do and they're unwilling to learn new tricks that they are making themselves stuck in the mud.
Mhm.
Those people are the ones that are like, that's your fault, dog. What are you doing?
Mhm.
You have the skills, obviously. You're here, so you have the mental fortitude. Okay, so now what? You don't want to learn jiu-jitsu or wrestling to the point where you can use it offensively because of what? It's your game plan or it's boring? All right, well, that's your fault.
So, if Dana White called you today
Mm-hmm.
to come up and fight, who would you like to fight?
Who would I like to fight? I like to push myself. But I think before that, I think I had to get to a point to where I show people who I am. So as lovely as it would be to be like, oh yeah, I want Ilya or I want
God, he's
a
a dog,
Gaethje.
bro.
He is.
He's a fucking dog.
And that's what
man.
excites me so much. It's like, who gives a fuck fighting whoever,
Mhm.
Francesco the Third. It's like that guy's, I want somebody that makes you think twice about, is this something I actually want? You know the consequences. You know everything that can happen. Like you being willing to fight somebody that you know you can beat. You're not heroic. You're a pussy. Like,
Yeah.
cool. That's fine. You not knowing and you going into this cage with somebody that you're like, this is so dangerous that I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to figure it out. That's the man I want to be. I don't want to be a man that only does something because he knows he can do it. So that's all I do is when it comes down to it, I go, okay, who do I want to be?
Mhm.
And if it's somebody that's willing to do hard things when he doesn't know if he can do it, that's the person I want to be. Not somebody that's like, cool, this is easy. I know I can do it. Let's do it. Because I mean, obviously, it's nice to have that, and that is it's a blessing to have that situation or be in that position to go, cool, I know I can do this. Let's do it. But we didn't always get to do that. A lot of times you had to wake up and go, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna get this done, but we are going to get this done. It's like a crackhead out on the street. They're going to get that crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen,
They're
bro.
going to get
It's gonna
it.
happen.
They don't know how they're going to get it, but they're going to get it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I think of it. Not me being a crackhead, but me going like, oh, I'm going to figure this out.
So he special needs and he smokes crack.
Yeah, got it. And he's somehow a
Yeah.
fucth UFC fighter.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of this interview. Good stuff.
So, for people on the department that we work at, right? We know Dave Freetag. We know Sergeant Tim Davis. And for me personally, those guys instructed me in the academy. And I got a lot of respect and love for those guys, especially their knowledge base when it comes to combat sports and everything like that. Those guys scared the shit out of me. And still to this day, they're intimidating as fuck to me. What is it like from your viewpoint, someone who didn't go to the academy and get trained by them? You got trained in a whole different aspect. What's your relationship with them like? Are they these scary giants to you as well, or what?
No, it's hard to think of them as scary giants at this point, but they have every ounce of respect. Like Dave could tell me to take out the trash. I wouldn't even the inner demon in me wouldn't be like, no. I'd be
Right.
like, cool, yeah, let's do it.
Oh.
That's how good of a dude Dave is and Tim is. It's like I'll get to a point like every now and then, like if Tim's watching me teep the bag and he says, get your knee up, like the first thing I'm going, this motherfucker. And then the second thing I go is, this man loves me. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
And then, but also like just hearing my story and understanding how hard-headed I am and I don't like listening, you got to realize how much patience they've had. So they get to a point where it's like, I'm not leaving that gym because not only have they taught me who I am, but also they're just such good human beings. That's like, how much of a piece of shit would I be for probably the only people in Ohio to be able to train me in a way to where they're giving me the patience. They're allowing me to spurt out because I do it all the time. I'll say weird shit all the time. It's impulsive, and I'm very impulsive, and I'm disrupting class. I don't like listening. Like, if you had that and you wrote that down as a student, he goes, yeah, he has everything he needs. He doesn't like listening. He's disrespectful in a lot of ways, and this man interrupts class. Say, let's get him away from everybody. That's what the world does. It's from the day you start, if that's where you go, that's where your potential is dying. And they were able to have enough patience with me to where they were able to see what I can become, and I'm gonna forever be grateful for them.
Oh yeah.
Stuff, man. How'd you meet those guys? Like, how'd you end up at their gym?
Through a friend I had. So Eric Wolf was my wrestling coach, or he helps wrestle at a with me at a certain point. So I was in high school. A lot of the kids couldn't really wrestle with me, to start trying to bring guys in, and they probably should have done it sooner. But yeah, so they just would bring adults or old wrestlers in, just because nobody else really could push me to that point. So they'd get through it, and I had buddies that could, but it's like just the rotation to help me get better. So they'd bring in people, and he was one of those people. And he was like, "Hey man, you should try MMA," and that's like probably 16. I was like, "Oh, my mom won't let me."
Hmm.
And from then, eventually, like, it still like ruminates in the back of your thought. Once I turned 19, 20, I was like, okay, let's give this a shot. And I ended up reaching out to him, and he was like, here, this is my gym at the time. And he was at Grove City, and we went over there and haven't stopped since.
Love it.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. What do you think? Obviously, we're police officers.
Mhm.
The relationship between combatives and being the police. How important is it that police officers are trained, whether it's in some type of jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing? How important do you think that is?
I think it's more important than being able to learn how to use a taser or shoot a gun. I think that if you
Mhm.
cannot, especially under a lot of stress, if you don't know what to do under stress, you're gonna go to what you're most comfortable with. And if you're most comfortable with your gun, you're gonna use it. If you're most comfortable with your taser, you're gonna use it, which is fine. But if you can control a situation, stay calm, and make sure that you don't have to use force, then fine. Especially under the scrutiny you guys are under now. Anytime anything, oh, this guy fucked up. It's like, people fuck up. We're all humans, and now you're gonna try to classify everybody in this category as, okay, these people are brutes and
Mhm.
evil or whatever. It's like, okay, well, that was one person that did that, and then now everybody's getting punished for it.
Right.
So especially now where you guys have like a magnifying glass under everything you guys do, I think it's very important to be able to depend on yourself, so much so that the last thought you're thinking of is using my gun or using any sort of weapon. I think it's very important to be able to use your body in a way to where if you're fighting a trained person, you can handle yourself until your partner can get there.
The
very good.
unfortunate fact about that is, I think I got a 10% rule with that. I think for every 50 or 150 out of about 1,500 officers could probably really defend themselves at all.
Mhm.
That's the reality.
It's true, man. It's sad. It's very
Yeah,
sad.
you-
And they try to do stuff at CPD.
Yeah.
They host stuff, but people just do not go. People don't want to get uncomfortable and put themselves in that position. And then when the day comes, God forbid, it's too late.
Yeah.
You're not comfortable.
I think what we do is we have them sign a paper and give me their address.
Muscle hamster pulling up
At
on
the
you.
end of it, I'll be like, listen, you have to train. This can happen at any moment. He's like, it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m.
That's wild, bro. Could you imagine him just walking in? It's like a recruit class, and just ready
the
to go.
hitman of the day.
Exactly.
Like, oh, fuck.
I got some rapid fire questions for you,
Yeah.
man. Just the first thing that comes to your head. Favorite walkout song?
It is. What was it? Closed Down, Walked by Chainsmokers. I think that or Jesus Walks was my last song.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jesus
that.
Walk Kanye West?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Good. Hardest hit to the face?
I got Kicked in the Head by Jake Miller.
Hmm.
And
Was it in a fight or practice?
he's one of my training partners.
Oh, training. Okay. Dream sponsor?
Dream sponsor. I was gonna say Trojan, but that's not appropriate. No, I'd have to say some food sponsor, something to be able to like some meal prep sponsor where I don't have to worry about it, and it makes my life a lot easier.
KO or submission?
I go submission, safer. I don't have to worry about if this guy's gonna remember his kids or not.
Worst injury? Probably know that one, but
Yeah, my noggin.
okay. Cheat meal after weigh-ins.
Ice cream.
Fighter you would never want to fight.
Fighter I would never want to fight. John Jones.
Mm.
Is that like one of your idols, one people like you really look up to, or
No, he's just gonna poke me in the eyeball.
Yeah, John Jones is a beast, man.
He is. He's long. He's lengthy.
Beast.
Yeah, I met him in March at the Arnold when I was escorting him, and I was surprised about how big he was
Really?
in person. Yeah. He was cool. He was a cool dude, man.
So you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, he's very talented too. So it's just you get to a point where you're like, all right, well, I have to try to go around all these physical things that he's obviously gifted, and we're the opposite. He's long and he's still built, but long and skinny in a way.
Right.
At least when he was at 205, and then I am short and poop. So that'd just be a lot of I have to deal with the reach, deal with knees, elbows. Would be a lot of things I would not want to deal with.
Right.
And then his wrestling's good anyways, bigger than me, which would be a problem. And now you're at a lot of disadvantages where you're just like, this is stupid.
Yeah. So similar to boxing, you only fight just based on weight, correct?
Mhm.
So everything else is just if the guys like Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like complete opposites, but they weigh the same. So at some point you can fight somebody in your weight class that's 6'5" and yeah.
I have. Yeah,
That
my first fight
that you
back.
had was huge. He looked how tall was that guy that you fought?
Talking about Jacoby or somebody else? His last one, or
Yeah, the last one.
I mean, I fought Quentin Parks was probably the biggest guy I fought, 6'4".
Damn.
Yeah.
At what weight?
70. Yeah. No, I've been fighting at 170 for the last 3 years just because I'm like, okay, people will not, especially locally, it's very hard to be like, okay, these people are going to be consistent for 3-4 months where I can make that weight and then not have to worry about a fighter change or them dropping out. Compared to 170, I'm like, cool, I can make it in a week. I know I can make it in a week no matter kind of where I'm at. And now I've been fighting short notice pretty much my whole career now at this point. So now me having the opportunity to be being able to train and start to watch these people in a way to where I can get to the weight where it's going to be easier for me, and I'm able to start to see these tells before I get in. It's going to be a lot easier, and I'm excited to be able to prove myself. But it's going to be a lot easier than people expect.
yeah. So do we know what's next as far as a fight date? Because I remember you said something about, I don't know if it was a 3-fight contract or what it was exactly. Do you know anything yet, or are you still waiting?
Yeah, so we have 3 fights left on our contract.
Okay.
And then I talked to my manager yesterday, and he is going to talk to them. They have a matchmakers meeting, so he'll bring that up, and hopefully it's just all good news. So hopefully quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to get in before, hopefully October. But if not, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fly out for it. So
That'd be
wherever it
sweet.
is, I'm gonna try to fly out
That'd be
for it.
sweet.
This is good stuff, man. I did have one more question. What is the balance of fighting for it to be good, to be a legend, to to make your name in the UFC, or the business of it? What's that balance look like?
You get to pick one or the other. If you're in for the money, that's fine. For me, I'm thinking you got to go all in. Unless you have a manager and people that can deal with it, then you're there. And then if you want to do this to be great or to have fame in some way, then you got to aim there. You don't get the best of both worlds. Like a lot of people say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Fighting's a thing where you have to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't get to go, I kind of like fighting, but if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to do this, because that thought alone is could be the reason why you don't wake up tomorrow. So you don't get to do A or C, like A or B. The nice thing about it though is with social media, it's easy enough to where you can have somebody else run it, and that can make you money alone. So if you're smart about it or you're intelligent enough, you could figure it out. But if you're just trying to do it by yourself, the likelihood of you being able to make money and be a great fighter without a team is very low.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Real quick, fuck one, kill one, marry one. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. It's a good question, bro.
All of them? I'm fucking all of them?
You're gonna fuck all of them? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Everybody in that series I have to fuck. What's the question? I'm just kidding. I've never finished Star Wars.
Okay.
I've never finished Harry Potter,
Bro.
and I've never started Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God. Josiah.
But I know there's The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. That dude has to have a wagon, right?
Which one?
The Hobbit. Is there multiple? We're killing them. Okay, so we kill them, and then I have to commit to one of these people. And at this point, I gotta commit to Harry Potter, and I guess I'm
Hell yeah.
fucking Star Wars.
Very nice.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
You guys have any more questions?
What are your thoughts on Hitler?
Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think. I guess.
This
I
is-
mean,
this
I
just took a turn.
yeah. I'm not.
We're all getting
That's-
canceled. We're all the fucking ship is sinking, bro.
Definitely,
This
yeah.
interview was going so good.
You just had that fucking little.
Hey, I always get us in trouble with something. Man. I'm like,
Hey,
oh.
man, golly.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Well, listen,
boy.
Josiah, before you leave, man, look into that camera right there, man. If you had to give, whether it's kids, inspiring fighters, give them a message, man. Just some positive affirmations to, based on your life, the stories you've been through.
Okay. Yeah, I would say find something that doesn't excite you in a way of lust or greed or envy or any of those sins that are transactional or even just a moment in time. Find something that excites you in a way to where if you were to die on that hill, you would love it. You would be so extremely excited and grateful to die on that hill that you wouldn't have it any other way.
Very nice, very nice. Well, listen, man, that's going to end our episode here.
Yeah.
Great having you here. Great meeting you. But thanks, guys, for watching the Off Duty Opinions podcast, where real conversations meet unfiltered opinion. We appreciate you guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like all of our posts. And, we'll get it going.
All right.
All right, guys. Josiah.
See y'all next time.
Appreciate you.